just establish right now, Michigan doesn't care if on the field you're cheating your ass off. In the locker room, you're cheating your ass off, doing drugs. That Fred Clark, what did he do? Beat up everybody? Nah, Michigan doesn't care. They're not going to fire you if you steal signs in an organized. They don't like that screwing. They don't like consensual sex. Here's my thing. Honest to God, I know the world is different now, but if I was an AD and somebody came to me and said, hey, man, our married coach is stooping a staffer, I'd go, I don't care. Is it consensual? None of my business. Oh, well, it's going to get out. Okay, get out. Hey, Dan, press conference. Sherrone Moore was having sex with Susie Rottencrotch. What do you think? I don't care. Did did she rape him? Did he rape her? What? Where are we at? No? Okay. So what? What are you thinking out there? I want to hear from you today. I maybe I'm looking at this wrong, but ever since this is true, ever since Bill Clinton, swear to God, ever since Bill Clinton was getting Hummers, I didn't have sex with that lady, cigars, I don't care anymore. I don't care. If somebody came up to me and said, Dan, one of your producers, I don't care. They're having sex. Good for them. Is it consensual? Now, I'm hearing that there's a lot more to this. I'm hearing that the young lady got a little pissed over some things that Sherrone demanded of her. I'm not going to get into exactly what. You can guess for yourself. We'll see. It'll play out. But we are asking a question, and I do want to go to this. Which ESPN staffer, Sean, which one, or ex-staffer, that includes Jamel Hill, everybody, which one's going to be the first one to say, racism, it's racist, damn it. That's the only reason they fired Sherrone Moore. Who you betting on? Who you got?
I'm going to go Bomani, I think. I think he's pretty
all right, that's square.
Quick with it.
Yeah.
I'm not ruling out the tried and true RC. He could go and say it's ridiculous and tie-ins and situations on his podcast. You wouldn't. He'd talk about. You wouldn't believe what happens in these team rooms. Everybody's banging everybody, and then now they're firing.
It's Caligula.
Okay. Are we doing story time?
Yeah.
Or are we going to let it happen?
I will tell you this. I sent a text, and I'm not going to tell you what he texted me back, but I sent a text to Urban Meyer. I said, we finally figured it out. We finally figured it out. They draw the line at that stupid. Hey, I ain't mad at you. And welcome to everybody, by the way. I mean, like I said, I do not, will not, have not, I used to. Doesn't matter to me. If somebody came to me, I'm too old to be that stupid. Like, I ain't all about that stupid. I mean, I'm pretty lucky to have the woman that I have. Brad Buffington says it clearly. Consensual sex should never be frowned on. There is a saying among the African-American folk, at least at Indiana, Joby Wright, assistant coach. He used to, big old guy, he's from Georgia, was an All-American at Indiana. He used to tell the African-American kids, he's always sweating. Danny, that damn blonde Snow will get you every time. But the brothers call white girls Snow. It's very derogatory, but that's what they do. And he would tell the brothers, hey, man, that Snow is going to get you every damn time. And I got to tell you, I think he was right. I do. I think he was right. The Snow will get you every damn time in every damn way. And if you don't believe me, then just look in the state of Michigan, which, by the way, all of you that say I hate Michigan, you're wrong. I own a house in Michigan. I do. When my mother-in-law died, my wife and I said, screw it. We're going to buy her house in Ottawa Lakes, Michigan. It's in the country. Now, I'm just saying, I'm just saying that if we are going to, hey, Sean, entertain people for a minute. My wife, she's calling here, and she got a flat tire in the middle of Georgia. So I got to handle this. You go be interesting.
I got you. I'll be interesting. I'm happy that somebody in Michigan's getting laid. I mean, that's at least nice to see. I think it's a pretty healthy program. You got your coach that's got a little libido, coach that wants to get something done. More than I could say for myself. So I'm jealous, first of all. If I could get a call saying, hey, we got issues because you're having some consensual sex, I'd say, hey, get me. Come get me. But it's not happening very much. Right now, what I could pick apart from Michigan and Sherrone Moore, all this care about the players nonsense, that's all out the window. This is frat house, frat rules at all college programs. They're getting money, they're throwing keggers, and they're trying to get people going. And that's what Michigan's rolling with. You back
hello.
Man? I got you, Dan.
Yeah, she hung up. I'll get her. How, in my opinion, just my opinion, I'm anxious to hear yours, and I'm going to get to all of you folks. But in my opinion, how does this athletic director keep a job? Now, and I'm not being facetious here. You know, we hire people. I'm a big mafia guy. I'm a big mafia guy. And when you bring somebody in that betrays the family, you got to answer for that. You just got to answer for that. He's going to get whacked, and you're going to get whacked for bringing in Joe Pistone, Donnie Brasco. You get whacked for that. I'm just saying. Hey, so how does this AD, how does he possibly maintain? No, seriously. I don't understand it. You don't understand it. But what are you going to do? Yeah, I mean, they could have a chat on our outkick, Tim. Yeah, that'd be great. What are you going to do? Emily's busy as hell, man. Hey, Dan, what are your 4 favorite restaurants in Bowling Green? Number 1, number 2, and number 3 is Elmar Lane's, the bowling alley. That's what I like. Hey, Dan, there's an old white guy saying, I don't remember shit from Shinola, or I remember. Yeah, no, I'm in it. I'm not going to go in my all-time starting 5. Hey, Dan, are you lifting a cheek to Michigan? I lift a cheek. I lift all cheeks to Michigan. Brad, I'm with you. Consensual sex. Why are we upset? Why are we upset about consensual sex? Why? We don't care about cheating. We don't care about organized cheating. And here's the other question. In fact, my son actually asked me this, and I don't really have the option. Remember, he played basketball there. If he beat Ohio State, would he still be the coach? Because this had been rumored, allegedly this had been rumored, for a long-ass time. I'm going to get into you Notre Dame folks here in a minute. But this had been rumored for a long-ass time. I guess. All the writer boys and girls now are saying, well, you know, we were hearing things. No, you guys are slap dicks. You guys don't know jack squat. No. Other thing to get into, I got Notre Dame mommy and daddies. The captain of Notre Dame's from my high school, Drake May. Great baseball player, great basketball player, great baseball player, and great football player. I got everybody mad at me at my high school because I've said Notre Dame is filled with a bunch of pussies. It always has been. I used to go on campus, steal their girls, and beat up football players. That was like Saturday night when I was in high school. But anyway, I digress, and I'm lying. Notre Dame has always been full of shit people. And you saw it here. Okay, the athletic director wants to go out and explain or get mad. One show, great. But that man had America on his side because there isn't anybody in the history of the world, or football anyway, that thinks for a second James Madison should be in the tournament, Tulane in the tournament over Notre Dame or over Texas. Nobody thinks that. But they signed up for that. And if you're going to bitch, whine, and moan about all this stuff, if you're going to complain, eventually we're going to turn on you. I had C.J. Carr's mommy, Tammy Carr, daughter-in-law of the great Lloyd Carr, come at me. I had Drake Bowen's dad come at me. I got people in Maryville coming at me. I said, look, I don't give a shit whether the guy who's a captain at Notre Dame is from my high school I went to 40 years ago. Hell, there have been captains at Purdue that have been Andrean grad. Carson Cunningham, current assistant, Brandon Brantley. I'll still hate Purdue. I don't give a rat's ass. I like them. Drake Bowen's a nice kid. But anyway, long story short, what are you talking about? But you fans are nuts. And here's the deal with you fans, and I know there's going to be some of you on here because, well, Yeah, no. Anyway, I don't care. Notre Dame quit. That's it. You're supposed to be above all of us. You act that way. And Notre Dame, look, if you feel slighted, hey, look, we got screwed, blah, blah, we're not happy with the committee, blah, 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 and then you go handle business privately. But I will tell you what's happening in that, and why am I the one that's always right? Like, all these douchebags out there in the media were killing me for saying what a cheat, what a weirdo, and I called him dumb because I got told that from a staffer friend of mine that I know at Michigan, said, you can't believe how stupid Sherrone Moore is. Like stupid. Like, you wonder how he did get into and out of school. And I'm not talking about high school or college. I'm talking about grade school. Grade school. He's that stupid. But anyway, long story short, you got an idiot. I told you they were the cheatingest. I told you they were corrupt. I told you they're horse shit. And next thing you know, here we go. And everybody ripped me. I told you people Notre Dame was being whiny, bitching, moaning. Now the whole nation is saying it. Why am I always right? I'm going to the YouTube chat. I'll tell you why I'm always right. You want to know why I'm always right? I'll tell you why I'm always right. I legitimately have no life. And when I say legitimate, I mean to tell you, there is nothing in this that does anything other than scrap it around on Twitter for most of the day, read, look at, all day. All day. And then I go and I call people when I feel something like Urban or like a staffer at Michigan. How many times have I been right about the Colts? My God. I'll tell you something else before we get a little bit deeper here. Sad day yesterday. I'm going to put my hat over my heart. Sad day, tell you why. I'm a Donald Trump fan. I am. We here at Outkick love us some Donald J. Trump. But yesterday, watching that speech, I can't do it anymore. This goes back. The first president that I couldn't listen to anymore was Bill Clinton when he would do this and lie to us about screwing Monica Lewinsky or whatever he did with Monica Lewinsky. Then George W. Bush, who was fantastic on 9/11. I couldn't stand. It drove me nuts listening to him. And then came Obama Mama. And that dude, well, you know, the blah, 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 blah. It was like every single thing he said he wanted put on a monument. And then Biden. Oh, man, Biden. I like Trump in the middle, but Biden was a vegetable. I got amused by him. And then last night, listening to Trump sit there and hold a personal conversation with people in the audience while we just wanted to hear him tell us about the economy and all the great. I couldn't do it anymore. I love him. I'll support him. I'd love to interview him, but I can't listen to him anymore. I cannot do it. You tell me. Tell me. No, it's a sad, 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 sad day. Mitchell Van Cleef says, you're always right because you've seen it, you've been around. I love the show. Why are you not live in the morning anymore? I don't really know. I honestly don't know. I don't know what to tell you. People smarter than me make those decisions. Hey, Dan, this is from Jason Harsh, a.k.a. The Dick. Respect, a.k.a. Dan, I'm petty as hell. I say fuck the ACC. Go join the Pac-12 and be group of 6 forever. Look, I'm saying this. You're mad about not being in the conference or whatever. You're mad about not being in the playoffs. Join a conference. You're mad. Now it's time. We had 2 days of you, 3 days. Now go sit in the corner and let us play football. That's it. Let us play football. Damn. Hey, Dan, as someone who lives in San Diego County, I'm 28. My childhood is back. Grandpa is back. Go Rivers. All right, let me explain this to you. All right. So there's audio at the press conference of Shane Steichen, the quarterbacks or the coach of the Colts. He says exactly this. Well, after Daniel got hurt and we heard Riley was hurt, we were sitting around and I looked at Chris Ballard and I said, let's call Phil. Now, think about this for a second. Think about how inept that is. Just think about it. You have a quarterback that for 4 weeks has been playing on a broken leg. 4 weeks. And you got a backup that you know ain't good enough. What if Phillip Rivers had said no? The best you could do, instead of having a plan, instead of being on the phone with agents of Curtis Rourke, who's out there in San Francisco, or Gardner Minshew, who's played in whatever, the best you two can come up with after the fact, this guy's been hurt for 4 weeks on a broken leg. After the fact is sit in a room as like Dumb and Dumber and say, oh, God dang, Chris, I think Phillip. Wait, 44 years old. I hope it could be the greatest story ever. But my God, think about that for just a second. Think about that for just a second. You don't put any in $1 billion business. So what makes us believe, as unorganized as that is, what makes us believe that they've ever vetted a recruit or a draft pick? What makes us believe that they really did a deep dive into Anthony Richardson if they're going to be so unorganized on that? Splain it to me, Spanky. Splain it. Bobby Sir entered the World Series of Poker? No shit, huh? Wow, I like Bobby Sir. I got a great Bobby Sir story. Anyway, there you go. There you are. There you're at. So, let's review. Michigan, they ain't mad at you. They ain't mad at you if you're cheating your ass off on the field. But cheat off the field, have a little with some snow, and they get pissed. Notre Dame, 2 words, suck it. Notre Dame parents, 2 words, suck it more. There you go. I know that's 3. And Colts, fire everybody. Can we just do it? Can we just fire everybody? Sean, you got any questions from the audience here today? Let's get it going, baby.
Yeah, we got a ton of questions from the audience. I think you would 3 for 3 being right there again also, Dan.
Thank you.
Notre Dame clown show, Michigan. We're grown, aren't we? But also, be grown. Hide it. Protect yourself a little bit.
Be grown-ass men. Be grown-ass men, man.
The Colts, they just reinforce what I've always thought. NFL front offices don't know.
What are the questions? I don't need your opinion.
I gotcha.
You don't know nothing. You know, I'm living right here. It's like people say, why don't you have guests on IU basketball? Who's going to tell me more about IU basketball than me? Who's going to tell me more about the Colts? Like, what are you going to do? The Colts, I think, and then you're going to say a bunch of words in between. Shut up and get to the damn question.
Let's get to question 1.
I'll get to you in a minute, son.
Better college basketball player, Bill Curley, Boston College, or Brian Cardinal, Purdue? John M. 9848.
Both are damn good. Both are white cocks with balding heads. I'm going to say Cardinal. Both whipped our ass at Indiana. Curley in the Sweet 16. And Brian Cardinal, like it was his job. But Cardinal begged to come to Indiana. We didn't take him. That wasn't very smart. Final answer, Brian Cardinal. Next!
Let's go to question 4. Was Stan Joplin a good coach? TM 33.
Yes! Yeah, I thought Stan Joplin was a good coach. Yeah, I did. He was a coach at Toledo. I thought he was a really good coach. I thought at least against us, he's a freaking moron now. I mean, just an idiot. But, when you talk to him, you're like, how did this guy get through college? But, no, he's a good coach. Really could beat my ass a lot. Yeah. Those are from last week, by the way. Don't we have any of this week's questions?
We do. Let's go question 3. Response to some of your Indiana
so I say I don't have
discussion.
I don't
did
have a
Signetti
life.
do this, or did the millionaire donors just buy it? Can we be honest about what's really happening at Texas Tech and Indiana?
Yes. Yeah, let's be honest. No. Signetti's the best evaluator of college football players I've ever seen. The best in college basketball, at least in the Big Ten, was John Beilein. John Beilein took Karis LeVert, who was going to Ohio University, Glenn Robinson Jr., who was not recruited by Purdue. Oh, no. I can't speak to Texas Tech, but I'll tell you this right now. This is brilliance by Signetti. Sure, Mark Cuban, Todd Wagner, they helped out, particularly to get a guy like Mendoza, but the structure of the program is all Signetti. No. I get it. People can and will be snide. But no. This 100% is Kurt's. All you got to do is ask guys. Like we had, Sean, who'd we have on the other day? Gene Chizik. And he was talking about how disciplined Indiana is. Same thing Urban said on the show last Friday. Nope. Play that tune somewhere else, baby. And again, I don't know anything about Texas Tech, but this is all Cignetti, his staff, his evaluation, his coaching, his organization. And it didn't help that they got enough money to get a quarterback in. Hell yeah. But they'd have gotten a quarterback here anyway. Yeah.
Let's go to question 5. Dan, is Troy Aikman whining too much about his NIL donation? Hard to think he can't afford it. Maybe he learned how to be cheap from Jerry. That's from K. Kinchin's.
No. It's about human decency. No, he's not. Every coach and every adult, if you have an adult with a great American penis, then you understand as a male, we don't ask for much. But if we're going to go give you $1 million, send us a card, a note, something, say hello. No. See, when you are a parent, it doesn't matter how much you gave or you didn't give. Simple things like I'm telling you after this show, and if I don't get it done tomorrow on the plane, but I am going to send to everybody that helped me over the last couple of weeks, Urban and Chuck and different people, I'm sending them Omaha steaks. Because I think that's what you do, period. You say thank you. Look, this is why John Calipari came on our show and talked about getting booster insurance, Sean. Sean, you got big money. If you gave, X number of dollars for 1 year and the kid leaves after 1 year, and now I got to come back to you and say, hey, Sean, give me another $1 million. You're going to tell me to go pound sand, man. No. You know what I'm saying?
I'd be inconsolable. You wouldn't be able to reach me if that kid didn't play on the team. You might go to the rival.
What if you?
The dollar rules all. You think I'm joking?
Isn't that kid? They say it's that Dante Moore. So think about this from Aikman's perspective. He gives whatever money. I don't care how much money he's got. That don't matter. He gives all this money, and the kid stays a year, Sean. It's like a kid goes from Idaho to Idaho State. He went to Oregon. You can't have this. We cannot have this.
I'd be an Oregon fan. I swear to God. I'd follow that kid wherever he went.
I would too.
Are you kidding me?
Not me. I'd tell that kid. I'd send Guido. Actually, I'd send the Nuzzo family there from Northwest Indiana. There'd be some ankles broke. I want my money, bitch.
I'll say this: I don't like the pocket watching in this question. Why is he concerned about, or they concerned? About what Troy Aikman's got in the bank?
Yeah, who cares? Not your business. That damn right. Somebody says give Troy a reach around. Hey, I support reach arounds. I'm good.
So does Sherrone.
Yeah. Next.
Let's go to question 6. Our boy Mendoza is going to win the Heisman, DD. Hope he has to upset he has to share the stage with that clown from Vanderbilt. Hope he tells his family to stay home. Who's the last athlete you couldn't stand? Pavia, my new number 1.
I tell you this, Pavia's getting there. No, he was getting there. Athlete I couldn't stand. I couldn't stand watching a couple kids at Indiana, A.J. Guyton and Luke Recker, because they didn't play for Indiana, but that's different. Athlete, who I think was and is completely full of shit and I can't stand? He's dead now, Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant was a rapist. Say whatever you want. I don't give a damn. Get mad at me. Call me whatever you'd like. Dude was a rapist. We know his agent. My brother and I know his agent. His agent, he was such a pedophile, such a creeper, predator, that they told that resort, don't let any women work the day Kobe's going to be here, the weekend. Just have guys working. That's how big a predator he was. Now, everybody gets pissed about it because, whatever. But that's one athlete I can't stand. I couldn't stand. Whenever I would hear him talk, I'm like, yeah, you're a rapist. Imagine being the father. This is how I look at it, because I love and protect women. I got more women in my life than I got sense. I'm going to the freaking Rose Bowl with a bunch of women. It's going to drive me crazy, but I love them. I'd rather hang with women than men every day, any day. But imagine you're the father of the women that he raped, and you got to sit there and listen to Kobe Bryant being a girl dad and all that other bullshit. That's the one guy that really he pisses me off. Anyway, I'll tell you what, Michael Honcho-X, everybody knows this, and everybody that if there's ever been any NBA players from the 80s and 90s, they will all nod their head when I say the name Charles Oakley. When I say the name Charles Oakley, there is a reverence of, oh, yeah, oh, country strong, country mean, country nice, but you did not. I never forget, man. This a weird story. Ended up at dinner with Michael Jordan in his restaurant after a Bulls playoff game, and I mentioned Charles Oakley. He had just got traded. He went, oh, Dan, you don't even know, man. Like, I miss him, just him being on the court, nobody effed with me. No, Charles Oakley, I'm telling you, man, a lot of guys are frauds. A lot of guys, after we all played in the 80s, I didn't play in the pros, but we're all tougher. It was our era. Yeah. No, Oakley's the one guy that people will go, ooh, shit, you don't mess with Oak. You don't mess with Oak. Next. Oh, wait. Let me ask you this question because I don't know the answer. You ready?
Sure.
It's my Indiana crowd wanting to know this. I'm going to dive into it this weekend, but who wins, Alabama or Oklahoma? John M9848. Oklahoma's great defense. Both lost to Texas. Here's Oklahoma's already beaten Alabama. I like both quarterbacks. I really like that Mateer kid coming back from an injury, and I really like Ty Simpson. I want to know, who do you think wins that game, big boy?
Oklahoma. Alabama played like shit last Saturday. They played awful. They looked slow. They looked soft.
They did.
This isn't the most impressive Georgia team. Probably the least impressive I've seen in the last 4 years. And they rolled them. I think Alabama's reeling. That Ryan Williams kid disappeared this year. The defense is weak. It's not. And also, here's the question I asked myself all year and all last year also about Alabama. Where's the great Alabama running back? Where are the great Alabama receivers? You couldn't look at the Alabama roster without seeing a league guy. I don't know if they have one in the backfield. Oklahoma, at least they play. At least they're fast. At least they'll hit you. I like Oklahoma in this one.
No, I had a guy tell me that Alabama was really banged up in that game. And they got 2 weeks, this week and next week? What was it, next week when they play, like the 18th or 19th, something like that? If that's true, fine, but I'm with you. I watched that Alabama-Georgia game, and I felt like Alabama was, disjointed. To your point, not only did they not have a running back, you mentioned Ryan Williams, where's he been? But I just didn't feel like they were, I don't know. I don't really know. I just don't feel like they were a cohesive unit. So I'm with you. Since you said it, I'm going to bet Oklahoma. What's the line? Do you know?
Oh, that's a great question.
I'm looking it up.
Find this line here.
Yeah. I'm having a little problem with my internet, but all right, let me ask you another question. Will you watch? Will anybody out there watch? Because this is where I think Notre Dame should be in the tournament. Will anybody watch James Madison against Texas Tech in the Orange Bowl?
Oh God, yeah. I got a good hate watch going there, Dan. I got to watch that game.
Who you hating on?
Oh, James Madison. James Madison.
Which problem?
So we play. James Madison was in our conference when we were playing.
Who'd you play for?
Rhode Island. We were real bad.
That.
Yeah, we were real bad. And then my freshman year, I was redshirted. And my coaches were like, hey, we're going to James Madison. We'll travel you this week. We know you got family in Virginia. We know you're from Virginia. Tell them to come to the game. Say, okay, great. Granddad's coming. Girlfriend's coming. Stands are packed. We lost 84-7. They were kneeling with 10 minutes left, Dan.
Was that Signetti?
Signetti was after. Signetti put the hurt into us also. Signetti crushed us at Elon, too. I knew this guy was legit. He crushed us. I'm like, what is this guy doing at JMU?
Didn't you guys Google him?
Yeah, I didn't need to. Where'd they get all this talent? Where is the? Because when you go through the football report as O-line, you're circling. Maybe this DN's pretty good. You circle him, dude. You'd see D-Tech. Maybe he's big, dude. It was the whole defense circle.
But your bottom line is you just hate watching that game. I'm with you guys here. I don't care. Hey Dan, have you been to the Army Navy game? Oh, I had a great time. Lee and I got tickets. I got this Navy SID. He was a friend of mine from Indiana. Once in a lifetime tickets. We stayed at the Army or whatever it was hotel. We got out. It was me, Lee, Sage Steele, Chris Harrison, the former Bachelorette host, and Sage's dad on the field way early watching all the marching in. I weaseled our way into a unbelievable, incredible, like major sergeants only brunch. It was under the stadium. The flyby. If you're not patriotic at that game, that may be the best sporting event, El Presidente. By the way, if you ever see the name Sean Black on our chats, that's our president. That's El Presidente. Yeah. That's the best sporting event. I'm going to think about that before I finish that, but it's as good a sporting event as I've ever been to. It's unbelievable. You got any more questions, big boy?
Oh, we got plenty. Let's plenty go. Here. Question 8 is Pete this name sucks. Pete Bevacqua going to even
Pete Belva, whatever.
It's terrible. Is he even going to cost Notre Dame a recruit? I know it's a bad look, but I don't think not playing in the Pop-Tart Bowl will hurt them. Also, why would Freeman even need to talk about this?
Well, because he's the leader of the operation. I mean, when's the last time you saw a coach not talk about it? I mean, you're making $9 million a year. You're not supposed to get up at a press conference only when things are good. I mean, damn. I mean, you have a fan base. You go to people for NIL. Now, they're going to kiss your ass because they love you there. But miss the tournament 2 more years and see if they kiss your ass because they love you there. No, he should have been very quickly, at least done a press conference. We're disappointed. We love our seniors. Goodbye. That's it. That's my opinion. Now, again, I've only been around that stuff for 30 years. Maybe you have a different view. He's not costing anybody any recruits. There isn't a recruit alive that gives a shit about what the AD says. None. Zero. Zip. Not even a little. I remember a guy called me. I was committed to Indiana, and Coach Knight threw an LSU fan into a garbage can. And he said, "Hey, Dan, you still good with going to Indiana?" I said, "Why not?" Coach threw an LSU fan into a garbage can. I said, well, what does that matter to me? Give a shit about any of that. What's wrong with you? Amy, what is this person's name? Get off my line. Anybody that puts 69 in their name is a douche. Let's just be honest. I mean, come on. That's like in high school. Like my buddies in high school had a softball team, and every number was 69. Oh, hey, okay. Shut up. Childish. Come on.
Is 69 worse than 420 in the name?
Yeah, right. 420. Hey, Dan, who would you? Yeah, that's great. 420. I'd have take a class on what that meant because I had no idea. All right, I'm going to ask you, Big Sean. Indiana gets to the championship game. Who would the Hoosiers rather play, Ohio State or Georgia?
Oh, God, Ohio State. You already punked them once. Yeah, you sat them down once. What, did Jeremiah Smith had a big game? Didn't matter. Fernando Mendoza plays quarterback circles around that child at Ohio State. He might be good in a couple years. That Julian Sayin kid. He looks like he's 5'10". He looks like he's about 14 years old. Gunnar Stockton from Georgia looks like a man playing quarterback at least. Wouldn't want to have that. I like Mendoza in the edge there. I think he even puts up even more points.
I do too. Yeah, the thing that always scares me about Georgia is the big linemen. Nobody ever has linemen, offensive linemen, defensive linemen like Georgia. Maybe Alabama on great years. You know what I mean, though, consistently year after year. So if you're going to ask me Ohio State or Georgia, I'd rather play Ohio State because you're already beating them. I have immense respect for the bodies/athletes of the Alabama, Georgias of the world. I don't necessarily think that the SEC top to bottom is great. Florida's no good. Ole Miss is good this year. Mississippi State stinks. Vanderbilt usually stinks. I mean, whatever. But But to me, you never disrespect or you never take lightly the athletic ability, the size, the strength, the speed of Alabama and Georgia up front. So give me Ohio State, any day of the week. We beat them. What the hell? You can beat them.
Is there a chance?
That's my thought.
Is there a chance outside of the field that Ohio State is riding high now that Michigan's going through more turmoil and more public embarrassment? I think that might fuel them, just like I think it would fuel Michigan if Ohio State was going through some stuff like this.
Hey, by the way, Puffin Pete 420 says, Dan, you might hate my tag name, but I love you. I don't hate your tag name. I don't even know what that shit meant. But hey, I don't. I like your tag name. What, you crazy? It's all good. You nuts? Dan, the Richmond Flying Mummies it released their schedule, 36 home games. You can get all-inclusive 5-pack, food, drink, jersey, $130. There you go. I don't know what is that sport, John M. Tell me. Oh, no. Ohio State beat themselves. There's two mantras going around, Sean. One is Ohio State beat themselves. Okay, here, pull this. It's a holiday season. It plays Jingle Bells.
Yeah,
I'll tell you something else. Dick Vitale and all these Notre Dame freaks are like, well, the only reason you're criticizing us is because you're jealous of Notre Dame. First off, Dick Vitale, you went to some community college somewhere. I don't even know. Second off, you used to be interesting. I do like you. I respect you. And third, if everybody's jealous, count me out. I never cared either way, and I was supposed to. I was legitimately supposed to care about Notre Dame growing up an hour from campus or an hour 10, whatever it was. I was. You're supposed to love Notre Dame. Everybody says that to me. Well, you either love Notre Dame or hate Notre Dame. Not really. I never cared. I went to a Notre Dame football game, fine. I went to a basketball game, fine. Great, but not really. Anyway, next.
Let's go. Question 9, Coach. Who's more annoying, super agent Rich, or who's the more annoying super agent, Rich Paul or Fat Boy Jimmy Sexton? It's from Sigmatic 420.
I've had enough of Fat Boy Jimmy Sexton. I have. And look, I'm fat. I'm trying to lose weight. You're big. So we can say Fat Boy. Yeah, it makes us hungry. But I have had enough. And it started when I read Armin Contain's book, The Price. Read that book. This is before cheating was legal. And Jimmy Sexton is like the Gazda even back. I've had enough of him. Boros. I would put Boros second. Rich Paul, I don't really care about NBA guys. I don't. That thing is so out of whack. When Jaylen Brown is getting $60 million, like you go to a Celtics game on the road, probably not one Jaylen Brown uniform in the stands. $60 million. Jeez. Man. Listen to Space Ghost Ohio. Beating yourself is either a good time or not an excuse. Man.
I might take that one with me. It's not bad.
Yeah, I might too. Yeah. Next!
Let's go. Question 11. Dan doesn't understand OSU Michigan. That's why he is an Indiana guy. They don't have competitive teams or rivalries. That's from Eric Will, 2891.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, Purdue-Indiana has never been a good rivalry, ever. Ever. Notre Dame-USC has never been a good rivalry. You're right. I mean, Eric, how do I argue with this level of stupidity? No, seriously. It's not that I don't understand the rivalry. Who the hell doesn't understand a rivalry, particularly when you played in big ones? I told you this, son. Got 75 cents in heated coins thrown at me. I put in the heated. In coins thrown at me on the floor of Mackey Arena in the Indiana Purdue game. What are you talking about? What's wrong with you? Of course we know rivalries. Look, here's what I've said. Michigan doesn't seem to really care as much. Ohio State loses their mind over it. Even when they won a national championship, that wasn't enough. Y'all, there's a difference between understanding rivalries and being stupid. And I'll go to this, Eric Will. You know how many national championships Ohio State has had? Durbin said 68, so I'll go with it. 3. You know how many times they've beaten Michigan since then? 28. What's more important? I don't know. Dumbass. Get off my line and don't come back. Hey, Otter Creek and all you misfits, I think that's the first ejection of this show. I have banned people from being able to listen to my radio show. I told them you're not allowed. One guy called me, he said, how are you not going to allow me to listen to your show? All I got to do is turn on the dial of my radio. I go, no, it won't come on. And he believed it. Guys are debating online, Sean, about Letterman's jackets. Interesting you bring that up yesterday. As you all know, I'm bringing 6 people and a big-ass mortgage, second mortgage to pay for it, to the Rose Bowl. But I did draw the line on boyfriends. I'm taking my daughter, my stepdaughter, my stepson, my wife, me, and my stepdaughter's boyfriend. I said, no. I'm taking him, but he's paying for his own ticket, which is $800, and his own flight. I mean, let's be real. Boyfriend's my ass. So anyway, my daughter calls me. She goes, hey, Dad. She went to IU. Hey, do you have your Letterman's jacket? And I didn't know if I did. Lee goes, yeah, remember we packed all that stuff? I go, yeah. She goes, would you bring it? Because I'm going to wear it. I go, it's going to be 70 in the Rose Bowl. She goes, yeah, but we're going out at night before the IU parties. I'm wearing it. So I packed her a little thing. This is a true story. I packed her my Letterman's jacket, my number 11 practice jersey, and my literally my senior year's uniform. I don't put it up in some shrine to me in my house. If you walked into our house, you wouldn't even know that Lee and I ever played or coached. I packed it all. I said, you know what? The uniforms were so small then, it probably doesn't even fit her. It's probably too small. But, yeah, since you guys are debating Letterman's jackets on, yeah, there you go. Yeah, right, Pepe Le Pew? I mean, your boyfriend's paying. Yeah, I'll tell you another story. You ready for another story? I got a story. Coach Knight gave me all-access passes, early 90s, PGA. John Daly wins the PGA Crooked Stick. I got all these. I can go anywhere. I got 2 of them. Me and my dad are in. He got a little hot in the sun, so we go in to the dining room. It's me. It's the last round, and all these plaid jacket guys, and we overhear their conversation about John Daly. He had a girlfriend. One of the guys actually said, what are we going to do about the pictures? And the guy said, well, these pictures last a lifetime, PGA champ. We got to take one, and this is an exact quote. We got to take one with the whore, and we got to take one without the whore. And my dad and I just about fell over. So there you go. Next! The whore.
That rules, by the way. Daly at his prime then? Oh, what a scene. Question 10.
That was prime Daly.
Coach, you ever get into the dead? That's from Drew Yella, 2258.
No. I have a story for everything. I have a great story of hanging out with Bruce Hornsby. You know who Bruce Hornsby is? Are you old enough, son?
I don't think I'm old enough. I'm trying to learn more.
That's just the way it is.
I
Some
promise
things will never change. That's just the way. He's one of the great singer-songwriters / piano players in the history, and he's had a zillion number 1 hits. Well, he was a member, a fill-in replacement member of the Rolling Stones, and one night in Baton Rouge, you know who Brad Nessler is?
God, I've heard it. I'm trying. No, I don't know who Brad Nessler is.
Jesus Christ, he's the broadcaster every Saturday for SEC football for 30 years. And the last year.
God. Terrible.
Anyway, me, Brad Nessler, a girl named Shannon Spake, couple producers, we just sat there and listened to stories of Jerry Garcia and the drugs. It was great. But no, I never got into the dead. Not my kind of music. Next! He doesn't know who Brad Nessler is.
I'm falling apart.
Bruce Hornsby in the range.
Look it up.
Yeah, he's Brad Buffington, Hornsby's son. That's why he was there with us. His son was playing at LSU, and we were doing an LSU game. Unbelievable. Hey, Dan, did you ever play against Scott Skiles in high school? I played against him in the summer, and then we played against each other in college. He was pretty good. Hey, Dad, my dad seen the Stones at Assembly Hall. That's a show I would have gone to. I'd have gone to see the Stones, but I never, and the Dead or whatever. But I never got into the Dead, never. Right, ex-Puffin Pete. Next!
Let's go. Question 12. Coach, how many GAs don't ever break through to becoming a coach? Do they just go into sales or something regular?
Very good question. Most go into coaching, but a lot of guys decide this ain't for me. I was a grad assistant with Murray Bartow, whose dad was famously followed John Wooden and started UAB's program. Murray and I were grad assistants, and we both went into coaching. Murray ended up being the head coach of a variety of places, including UCLA. But most do, but some are doing it, particularly ex-players, to get their degree, master's degree, and then to move it on along. So, yeah, some do, a lot don't. There you go. Boom! What else?
Let's go. Question 13. Coach, I'm an alum. We would show up with flasks every game. No one bothered us in the 80s in the stands, but I do think Coach Mallory deserves respect. He was the last coach before Curt Cignetti to beat both Michigan and Ohio State, and outside of Coach Knight was my favorite coach at IU. I got to know him personally through a job I had off campus. Really great coach and man.
I agree with that, but there's some fat-ass former football players and their wives that come at me. So I say, look, if you guys were so tough, Mallory's like a great coach, and he won 37% of his games at Indiana. I knew Mallory's sons who used to play basketball with Doug, who was a great football player at Michigan, and Mike, who was a great football. They were great players. Doug was a safety. Mike was a linebacker. I got to know him really well. Curt Mallory's the head coach at Indiana State. Hell, I remember him when he was that tall. I agree with everything you said, and God may strike me down for besmirching Bill Mallory's winning percentage. You're right. I'm wrong. I apologize. Next!
All right, I have a question for Dan. Briefly, Otter Creek.
Woo!
I beat you in the one-shot lore. I beat you. Your time was slower than mine, so I'm not dodging your questions. I'd like to make that clear to Otter Creek. Thank you for being an active chatter, though. Appreciate that.
I want to ask you.
Oh, please.
I want to ask you, before we move it along, how did the date go?
You
had a second date. What happened?
Went out, got some drinks, talked for about 2.5 hours, I think. Walked her back to her place. Nice kiss on the front step, and then I'll see you next week. And then somehow I blew it. I don't know how. I don't know when. I got the text last night. Dan got the text. Hey, I don't see this going much farther. Thanks. Appreciate it. Wishing you the best.
Whoa!
Who knows?
Hey, you know what? When I got divorced, I learned a saying about dating. You know what it is?
What's that?
Who cares who's next? There you go.
On to Cincinnati.
There you go.
Yeah.
Who cares who is next?
I think it was going good. I think she realized that I'm kind of living in crazy land with the crazy job and the hours and the football season, and that she's like put together with a real job. And I have crazy hair, and I'm freaking 300 plus
I lost
pounds.
Sean.
It could have been a bevy of things to break it, but I've never been a stranger of the double back, Dan. Never been a stranger.
I've never been a stranger of the back fat. But what? What's a double back?
the whole. Oh yeah, I don't think it'd be productive. Okay, I'll text you in 6 weeks. See if that tune's changed a little bit. See if you want to get.
Yeah,
I'm in the area. I just happen to be in the area. We'll see.
Now you're talking. Next, last one, because I got to go. I got to go get on Twitter and make fun of Michigan people.
So let's go, Sean. Question 2. Dan, did you ever have a never meet your heroes moment?
Give me that again.
Did you ever have a never meet your heroes moment?
I'm not going to say a hero, but I liked him. Bill Lane Beer. I met him, and he's a dick. Like a dick. And it wasn't just a dick to me. he was a dick to everybody. Like, he was a player. He was a coach of the Detroit Shock, and apparently a good one. And I met him in a suite at a Pistons game, and he was such a dick. And again, not to me, I'm watching everybody. This guy wasn't a hero, but Warren Sapp at the Super Bowl, it's like my first or second year broadcasting, and we go to Radio Row because the Colts are in it. And I'm like, damn, that's Warren Sapp. He was with the NFL Network. Couldn't have acted like a biggest jackass, but my all-time in is Bob Knight. Like, I always say, I'm going to title my book, No Man is a Hero to His Valet. I was Knight's valet, basically, for a bunch of years, and no man's a hero to your valet. But Bill Lame Beer, do you even know who that is?
Yeah, that bums me out. Bad Boy Pistons. I tried to be Bill Lambier on the court. I watched that 30 to 30, and I'm like, you know what, junk man, I can't. I don't have a wet J. I'll go down there and throw bows. I was like, damn, I got someone I could be. And then that bums me out here. That because it's like,
who's yours?
Oh God, I don't know. Just radio people I've met that I thought were like, oh, that's pretty good. Oh, you're pretty cool on air, and then living like this?
Dick.
Okay. That kind of takes some of the magic away.
Yeah. It's sad, really. That's why, I don't think anybody, since I was 20 years old, looks at me in any kind of the way. But I try to be nice to people when they come up and say, hey, I remember you, or I was in school with you, or when I was in high school, we were kind of a big deal, and I always tried to be cool to everybody so that later on people wouldn't say, yeah, you were a dick. Try not to. All right. We got a lot of people on today. Sean, we have a big crowd. I'm not surprised. Got a lot of the Misfits. To all you Misfits out there, thank you very much. I appreciate you. I'm getting shirts made. I am. I'm going to show you, Sean, see what you think. I may see if we can get a bunch of these made, pass them out. I love these. Guy sent me this, and let me see here. I got my belly. There's a belly picture. I got, big fat stomach there. I got my wife. Ooh, can't show you that one. My son. Wait a second. Hang on here. Maybe I don't have it.
Photos? What are we doing?
Yeah, there it is. Dakich Misfits. There it is, right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to get, hey, Aaron or Gary, let's get a bunch of these shirts made and sell them at Don't At Me. And in the back it'll say, don't at me across Dakich Misfits, and then sack up on the back. Let's do it. Sell those bad boys. Yeah. All right, brother. What dating app are you on? Last thing.
I got off the app, Stan. Not healthy for me.
Why?
I don't think they're very good. I am trying to do it the right way. Meet a girl authentically and make myself have to talk to them in person. Because I can knock it out on the dating apps. It's fine. Okay, come over. We'll go on a date. I'll get you 2 drinks, walk you back, and then it's done. It's not how it's done, though. It just is not what I'm looking for anymore. So I'm in freaking New York City. Dan.
My man.
I gotta meet a girl authentically. Has to happen that way.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. The last of the great men right there, Sean. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Tomorrow, show here, and off, what do we call it in the industry? Dark on Friday. See you guys.